Hey everybody, this is Peter with Tabletop Gaming Guild, and today we're going to take a quick look at Dragonbane, the core set, which is currently available for pre-order on freeleaguepublishing.com. Dragonbane is the newest incarnation of a 1980s Swedish role-playing game. And they have revived it. They have brought it back to play, and it's the first time that it's available also in English. And so I've been very excited about this one, and we've been given access to all of the PDFs for the Dragonbane core set. When you pre-order this set, you know that you're going to be getting the physical set eventually, and so Free League Publishing then immediately sends you the PDFs for all of the things that you'll be getting in the box. Obviously, the only thing that you can't get a PDF for are the dice. But it's really awesome that when you order the physical copy, you're being given then immediate access to all of the PDFs. But you might think to yourself, okay, I see here on their website all of the things that it includes, but what does that really look like? What all is there really? And so that's what we're going to take a quick look at today. So according to the website here, when you order this core set, you're going to be getting the rule book. You're going to be getting an adventure book, which contains 11 complete adventures that can be played separately or tied together in the epic Secret of the Dragon Emperor campaign. You'll be getting a booklet for Alone in Deepfall Breach, letting you play Dragonbane solo. You're also going to get a huge map of Misty Vale. You're going to get some illustrated cards for adventures, treasures, and more. You're also going to be getting some polyhedral dice eventually, but that's not in the PDF version. You're going to be getting 5 pre-generated characters, 5 blank character sheets, cardboard standees, and yes, the PDF does come with printable cardboard standee images that if you want to make your own, you can. You just got to print them out. And then a double-sided battle mat. So this is super exciting. This is the website where you would go to do that ordering, that pre-ordering if you would like. But now we're just going to jump over into Adobe so we can take a look at all of the PDF fun that you get when you order this core set. So like it said, the first thing you're going to get is the rule book. And so this is the cover for the Dragonbane rules. They chose, in my opinion, they chose the absolute perfect piece of art from all of the wonderful art that is in this game for the rule book. I absolutely love this mallard stealth assassin creature character. I get very Darkwing Duck vibes from this, and that makes me very, very happy. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and take a quick look. You can see here on the right-hand side of my screen the table of contents for the rule book. We get our table of contents here, and it is chapter 1 is going to be in the oldest times, which is going to introduce you to the game itself. And then chapter 2 is all about your player character. You're going to be choosing which kin you want to play as, what profession they're going to be taking on. Instead of class, they call it profession here. You're going to end up choosing your age, which is going to determine how many points you have to determine your skills and everything. And then you're also going to have your chapter 3 is all your skills, 4 is your combat and damage, 5 is your magic, 6 is your gear, and then 7 is the bestiaria. If you guys have watched any of my videos previously, you know that is one of my favorite chapters in all role-playing books. And then chapter 8 is adventures and how they're going to be run. So this is a very short rule book for a role-playing game. This one is supposed to be kind of a very kind of fun and light role-playing game in general, and so I like that the overall rulebook is only just over about 100 pages long, a fair bit of that being creating your player characters and learning how they use all of their gear and things. So this is a D20 system. This is not a year 0 system like a lot of the previous Free League Publishing games. This one's a D20 system, but you're going to be rolling under numbers rather than above numbers like some other D20 systems out there. So whatever your skill level is, it will be increasing as you play, and as your skill increases, that makes it easier for you to then roll under that number. So the higher you get your skill is still what you're looking for, but you're not trying to meet that number, you're trying to roll under that number to succeed. Ones in this game are going to be dragons, which are fantastic. You've done a great job. And 20s are demons, which means you have utterly failed. and bad things will probably happen. So in general, that's the idea here for this game. And I just really quickly wanted to kind of flip through this. I'm not going to get into the meat of the rules in this video, but again, wanting to show you what it is you're getting when you go ahead and purchase that core set and you receive immediately then the PDF versions. So I think this might be, and this is tough for me to say for sure, this might be probably my favorite illustrated book by Free League Publishing to date. I love the art style. It's very reminiscent of their Vesson books, but more just generic fantasy. And a good way just to see some of the great art is jumping to the front page of each of the chapters, because Free League Publishing always likes to open each chapter with a really good work of art that corresponds to that chapter. So absolutely, bestiary. I can't just skip through this real quick. We have to like scroll through and see some more of these creatures and their art. I can't help it. I love their stuff. Everything they come out with. I love their monsters here too. You can see real quickly the way that monsters will work here. You're rolling to see what attack they do. I don't believe you're rolling to see if they hit in this game. You're just rolling to see what attack the creature takes, which is really fun. It's a lot easier, more streamlined for the game master. I like that a lot. This is just some really great art. That Manticore, oh my gosh, is so flipping menacing. I love that. So yeah, this is just some really good stuff. So when you again order the core set, you're getting the rule book, which has everything in it that you need to learn how to run the game or play the game. But you're also going to be getting the adventures book, which, like it said, comes with pre-made adventures ready for you to run at your table. It's going to have some introduction, some information about how to like open a scene, how to get yourself going, how to run journeys in the game if you're wanting to do journeys in between locations. And then you're given here a bunch of adventures to run your game. If you got the preview version of this PDF, it came with the Ritter Mound adventure, that very first one here. But now we have a bunch of other ones, each one of them a different location, a different situation. Let's go ahead and real quickly just click over to the Ritter Mound one. And so you're going to see that each one of them is just so many pages, not a lot. It should be easy to run one of these adventures in probably one, maybe two sessions, but I would think you probably get one of these in just one session of maybe 4 to 6 hours or so. But everything is really nicely laid out for you. And yeah, that was not that many pages. That Ritter Mound was maybe 6 pages there, and that's the whole adventure. But you've got 11 of those that you're going to be able to end up running for your players. And again, table of contents there, you're getting more information about outskirts of locations, journeys, how you're going to get to those locations, and the random encounters that you might have in those locations. So tons of great stuff in here. We don't want to dive too much into that, obviously, for game master's eyes only. But maybe you don't have a game master yet. Maybe you don't have a group of players yet, but you get the PDF. I love that they give you a nice solo dungeon delving campaign for this game that you can play just all by yourself. So let's see how long this one campaign is, how many pages it is. It's probably not going to be super long. So just 12 pages. It's just 12 pages long, but it has everything in it that you need to run for yourself a nice little adventure. And seeing how they create a solo game, hopefully knowing that they can do that, they might continue to make some of those available in the future as well. I think that would be a great idea for them to continue offering some solo play options for people who are just really into the Dragonbane game but don't have a group that they regularly play with. So you've got that adventure as well. And then we get this beautifully illustrated map of the Misty Vale. Now, this is a rather large image, and if you took it and you wanted to get it printed out, you could probably do that as well. But don't forget, if you've ordered this, it's because you're also going to be getting the physical copy that's going to come with this map also. All right, and then we have adventure cards. There are 3 different sets of cards in here. They've got the adventure cards, they've got treasure cards, and they've actually got improvised weapon cards. So if you flip through these, it's going to give you just a little bit of information on the right. So the left side is what the front of the card is going to look like, and on the left side, and then the right side is what is on the back of the card. So adventure cards, each of these are going to be tying in to those adventures that are in the adventures books. So they're going to have just little bits of fiction that's going to kind of introduce the players to those different adventures. Maybe you have these adventure cards and you want to shuffle them up and have your players randomly choose which adventure you're going to be playing that night, if you're kind of do it like last minute and improvise your way through the session. Or maybe you have them do this ahead of time, and they get this little bit of a glimpse of what they're going to be playing, and then you have a week or so to prep yourself for it. So we've got the adventure cards. And then we also have treasure cards. So as your players are playing through the game and they happen to find treasure, you can hand out treasure cards to them. You can see here, this is copper coins valued at 4d6 copper coins. They can roll the 4d6 themselves and see exactly how much they get. But then that's just another way to physically give them something that ties into what is normally just something that we think about in our brains. You know, normally I get so much treasure, I write it down on a piece of paper, that's it. Here's a card that you can actually hand them for that. And then also we have improvised weapons, things that they might run across that they can then use. So we've got, in the inn, we've got a boiling cauldron, or a bucket of soapy water. Throw the soapy water in a cone that is 4 meters in both length and width. Everyone within the cone falls down, and the attack can be dodged but not parried. I think that's fun. Like, that's a good idea. So we've got quite a few of those. So we have some for the inn, some here for a cave. Maybe you go into the cave and you have your stalagmite. Shove an enemy within 2 meters into a tall rock formation on the cave floor. The attack hits automatically and inflicts d6 bludgeoning damage plus damage bonus and knocks the enemy to the ground. The attack can be dodged but not parried. So we've got cave, we've got inn, we've got a forest. So a wasp nest. Who doesn't want to use a wasp nest for an improvised weapon? Roll bushcraft to pick up the wasp nest and hurl it at an enemy within 10 meters. The enemy gets badly stung, which inflicts 2d6 damage and gives them a bane on all actions for a shift. Bane is this game's version of the disadvantage from 5e. If you get a boon, that is the advantage, and then again, bane is disadvantage. The attack can be dodged but not parried. Armor has no effect. That's right, those bees get into the armor. It does not stop it. And if your bushcraft roll fails, the wasp sting you instead. That's right, everybody. If you fail, it could hurt you too. So we've got forest, we've got cave, we've got inn, and that is it. So there's a handful, maybe 4 or 5 of each of those for those different locales. Now this is fun because when you get the physical game, it's going to come with some standees, and these are not going to, this is Free League, people, it's not going to be low budget. These are going to be some really nice standees. It has art pulled directly from the books, and here is the art for what you're going to be getting. You have some player character art for sure. These top few rows here are going to be player characters that you can utilize, or NPCs. And then below that, you're getting into your creatures. And I'm sure these are going to tie in very nicely with the adventures that are in the adventure book. Again, we've got the Manticore. I love the Manticore. It's my favorite. And then we have our pre-generated characters that you're going to have for your players. There's a handful of those as well, focusing on some of the different professions and the kins. Here's your awesome Mallard. Love it. And the Wolfkin. I am in love with the Wolfkin and will definitely be playing one of these when I get the chance to play this game myself. Of course, who knows when that's going to be? I am forever the game master. So everybody, that is what you're going to get if you go to freelypublishing.com and you order the core set. You're pre-ordering the core set, which you'll eventually get the physical copy, and immediately you get all of these wonderful PDFs so that you can start playing the game at your table today. So hopefully you found this helpful so that you could see a little bit better what you would be getting if you get the PDF version. If you like the video, if it helped, give it a like, maybe subscribe to the channel, check out all the other wonderful things we're doing. Definitely head over to freelypublishing.com to check out this game and all the other amazing games they're currently producing. And until we talk again, everybody, keep on playing games.